Hey guys, welcome back to Megacon Day 2. In this video, I have recorded some cosplays, some panels, so yeah, hope you enjoy.
You were here cast of a very, very obscure, nobody's ever heard of anime. The cast of My Hero Academia. Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause. You get warmer.
Oh, hi!
We are here.
My goodness. This is like, mine and Brandon's first con back since the before times. It's kind of nice to see so many people, and you're all masked. Good for you! I was just telling these guys how fun it is at my table. If someone comes up and their mask is slipped, I can totally be Ida and be like, put your mask on! And they love it. It's part of the Ida experience. I've got this. I've got this, everyone.
But actually, I am very lucky that All Might has a nice little fun little acting challenge with him that he gets to. I kind of get to put on a costume and do like the big, heavy, massive All Might version, and that's kind of his fake voice. And then I get to play a much more humble, more grounded, just as enthusiastic, but not as healthy version of the same person. And it's really fun to be able to play both of those guys at the same time.
Oh, me. Let's see, I think recently I really enjoyed voicing Gen in Dr. Stone. Mostly because it's just all of my bottled up sass from day-to-day life, all distilled into a single person. So that's fun. And we'll also squeeze. You know, it's good to squeeze.
He's becoming Gen at home. It's kind of glorious. Man, I love playing Recovery Girl. Such a stretch for my range, and we took a real chance. You know, since, obviously, when you play so many characters, and we all have, huge resumes, and we're like, oh yeah, I played that actor, oh yeah, that's awesome, but I will say, it's hard to pick favorites just because they're all part of us, and so it's like picking a favorite finger, or like, oh, I like that toe. It's like, why are you asking? Are you gonna like kill the rest of them? We also, voice actors have a weird fear that we don't talk about a lot, which is 100% genuine, but when someone asks us, what's your favorite character to play, I'm convinced you're a wizard, and the minute I answer, you will turn me into that character for the rest of my life. And I'll be like, oh no, that's not, oh no, I don't want to be Lawrence forever. Not true. Anyway, I love playing Ida because Ida is not acting for me. Ida is just me if I had a quirk and a use in society. For the most part, like Ida, his energy is me, and like when we're recording frequently, Colleen Klinkenbeard, who's the show's director, who's just wonderful to work with, will laugh. And I'll be like, why are you laughing? I haven't even done the line yet. We're just previewing the Japanese. And she's like, I've seen you do that exact thing that he's doing in the booth right now. I've seen you do that at an airport.
Yeah, it's me in an airport. That's exactly
It's me in an airport. And of course my response is like, what are you talking about? You're absolutely insane. I'm nothing like you at all. Damn it. But it's really fun. It's really fun to get to explore, a character that's like, oh yeah, that's me. That's just me. Weird. Okay, cool. Yeah. It's fun.
He is not exaggerating, though. I mean, I'm sure there's part of you that you listen to actors hear stories and they're like, oh, that's me at an airport. And they're like, oh, yeah, well, everyone's a little stressed at the airport. Like, this is not a joke. Like, this is... I remember one time our flight was running late and we were all sitting in the same, restaurant. And the rest of us are just like, oh, well, let's drink another sparkling water. And at some point, Michael, this is 45 minutes before the flight starts getting up and starts pacing around. Like, where's he going? And everyone's like, just let him go. That's what Michael does. It's just...
When everyone else on the flight, or in our group, is just having a drink, I'm like, I'm going to go pace back. I've got to watch the gate. I've got to watch the monitor in case anything changes. I'm the sheepdog. A very, very high-strung sheepdog. Like, guys, our flight's been delayed by 5 minutes. I'm also at the airport earliest, calling everyone else, hey, our flight leaves in 3 hours, why aren't you at the gate? You okay? You okay? You were hitting traffic? Are you good? Are you good? You want me to get you a towel or a pillow?
It's serious. It's a
I
serious
mean, if
thing.
I'm on the plane, if you're ever on a plane with me, you'll know I'm there because I'm usually helping the flight attendants with the safety lecture. Doing my little dance. Seatbelt. I'm serious, this is a true story, but I'm sorry. But like, I had this moment on a plane, so usually Brandon and I, we're roommates, so we travel together when we come to cons, right? And usually we get exit row because I'm very long legs, and so the exit row is a little more comfortable. But when you sit in the exit row, the flight attendant has to come and get a verbal yes from everyone in the seat. Like, will you help me in an emergency? Which means, like, will you open the door? Yes, I will open the door. And of course, people will be like, she's like, yes, you, yes, and people kind of half-heartedly answer, yeah. They get to me and I'm like, yes, I will take this responsibility. I got you. And then of course, we're in this international flight. Can you imagine? We're this like 10-hour international flight, right? And I'm on the exit row and I'm taking my responsibilities dead serious. And this couple comes up to use the bathroom, but someone's in there. So in the meantime, they're just gonna lean against the exit door. Like full on, like, and I seriously got, like, leaned forward. I was like, you're not allowed to do that? I mean, like, I seriously got the hit, like the long hand. You're not allowed to do that. And they looked at me like I thought it was, like, they thought I was joking, and I kind of laughed. I'm like, ha ha ha. No, seriously, you gotta back off. And when they kind of gave me some lip, I was like, I gave them a verbal yes.
As if somehow the airport, like the airplane doors are somehow designed like a mall door or something where if you lean up against it, it's just gonna...
God, thanks for giving me a nightmare now. Sorry, go ahead. What was the question?
What am I answering? Oh, yes.
Voices.
I get to play Ochako, and she's just great. I mean, I'm already a lot like her. I sound a lot like her, but I love about her that she has so much integrity, and I think she could be easily like just the good girl, but she's been given such a great character arc of being like, she's super practical. She is a character that actually, like, she says things that from somebody else might be a little bit of a put down, but because it's Ochako saying it, it's not. You know what I mean? Like, she's, I think, the only one that can kind of go, you're such a deku. And it's funny, and not mean at all.
So true.
But yeah, and then I get to play Recovery Girl because Julie was Recovery Girl and she moved after the first season. And Colleen was like, audition for this, and I was just like, what are you talking about? I can't do this, and then I did, and yay. And she's just fun. I want to see more of, I think if they go back in time, there's kind of a hint that maybe she and Gran Torino either work together, or there might be something. Anyway, I think that's kind of cool. I'm here for the aged pro love story. Okay, I'm here for that.
To do that. The next I would have said Fruits Basket, but we got to do that. I felt so bad because people were like, what was it like to work on Fruits Basket? I'm like, I don't remember, that was so long ago. I didn't know you all were going to like that show. If I could actually go back and re-record anything again, or if they redo something, I want to see Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yes!
I was gonna say, my first lead role was in a show called Gamers, which is a really fun show. And it's all about misunderstandings, and the lead character is just a wreck. It's just so much chaos. And I would have said I want to go back and re-record that, but I feel like so much of that energy has been put into Finroll in Black Clover, so I feel like it's kind of already been done.
It's good. You're so good. You're so good at Spinrall too. I love you at Spinrall. I would love, and this is kind of a, of course this is a good answer because everyone loves this show, but I would love to revisit Kyoya from Oran. It was a very important time in my life and my career, and he was the first character that kind of put me on the map as a voice actor. Like, up until that point, I'd only been doing it for a couple of years, maybe 2 or 3. And I had no notion of how popular a show could get. I just always considered what we did as like, well, that's a fun thing, but like 5 people watch it and move on, it was my idea of it. And then Oron happened, and I was like,
Oron.
oh my God, and here we are like 16 plus years later, and people come out that are younger than the show,
I know.
that are like, I love you in this. When is season 2? And I'm like, I don't know. Never, probably, or it's gonna be like Oron High School, like, or Oron Nursing Home. Like, welcome to the Host Club. But I mean, I would love to, you know, if it, maybe one day it'll get a reboot like Fruits Basket. You never know. In this business, it's like, and please stop asking us. We're actors. We are literally the last people to know. They tell us nothing because they know we will not shut up about it. So they're like, don't tell the actors until they're in the booth. But I would love to revisit that because it was such a beautiful show. I think it holds up incredibly well, but also one of my favorite characters I've ever
It
done.
is so good. I've met so many Oron fans this weekend. I would choose a little show I did a long time ago when ADV was still ADV and not Sentai, which it is now. But it was called Clannad. And when we did that, we were just the conditions under which that show was recorded. I would really love a second crack at that. I think it's lovely and wonderful, and I would love to revisit that. That one.
Hello. Give it up for Jeremy.
Hello!
Yeah!
Thank you guys for being patient. We were just running over from signing and taking photos with all of you guys. So thanks for everybody who came by. And thanks for everybody who's here. I didn't even think I was going to be here until literally yesterday. So kind of last minute. I guess they needed a little help. So I thought I'd just come out and hang with you guys, which is great. This is my first con in over 2 years. So it's good to be back. How many Adventure Time fans do we have here? How many Gold Time fans do we have here? Julian fans? Alright. Very nice, very nice. To the extent you relate to most characters you play in some way, shape, or form, and I think you put some of your personality in a character, whether you be voicing them or doing them on camera, because there's just certain mannerisms that are going to kind of come forward. You know, I don't really slay dragons on my day-to-day, I guess. I don't fly robot lions through space. I'm not a ghost. But yeah, I think like a lot of the characters, Finn, for instance, I think he's pretty happy-go-lucky about it. I mean, for the most part, that's pretty much me as well. You know, I think he's always trying to do the right thing, and you know, doesn't always succeed, but he's trying at least. I relate to that. Lance is definitely more flirty than I am. You know, it's not flirtatiousness that, you know, locked out my wife. It's more so that I'm a dork, and I think the awkwardness of me is probably what worked. But, you know, I think Reggie from Julian the Phantoms is, besides being a dead ghost from 1995, is probably the most similar. I mean, I think I'm a little bit more intelligent than he is. He's, you know, there's a little bit to be desired in his intelligence area, but that's okay. He's like a golden retriever in human form. But yeah, I think you take a little bit of each character, and there's some part of you put in there. But the fun part about acting is it doesn't have to be you. You know, it can be anything and everything. You get to go be someone else, and you know, basically be your inner 5-year-old, play make-believe for a little bit, and that's what makes it really exciting. To kind of put yourself in something else's shoes.